Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Artisha Sparkle and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already and you want to be a part of the Sparkle squad and family, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you see, hit the like button and put me in the algorithm street so other people can watch this video. But anyways, let's get into it. Today I'm going to be doing a travel tips and tricks and hacks for beginners. So it's early on beginners. I know if you're expert, you can watch another video. But yes, this video is for beginners. I love to travel. Me and my family, we travel a lot. And over the past years, I became somewhat of a travel expert. And I have friends and family that come to me and ask me, hey, can you help me plan my trip? Or can you look up this? Or can you, etc. And I decided, you know what? Let me do a travel video for them and share it on YouTube. So here it is. I have my notes here because I do not want to get sidetracked. You know how your girl is. Bear with me. I should have had it up and running, up and ready, but I had it on here. So you know what? Let me go on here. Okay, I kind of want to put it here so I can look down at it. So if I keep looking down, it's because my notes is down here. And I guess before, like I said, I have previously just tried to record this video with my fancy camera and it stopped recording. I have no clue on why. So I decided to record it from my computer so that way I can share my screen and show y'all exactly how to do it. So this way it's going to be even better. Okay, so let's get right into it because I don't want this to be a long video. First thing first, and I'm going to share my screen, but let me just say this basic is booking flights, hotels, and slash resorts. Try to book 4 to 6 weeks out in advance to avoid any sold out or any other inconvenience when you're booking, especially if it's going to be like a holiday. Typically, I book for my birthday, which is a holiday, so I have to be. I try to do it. It's my birthday in July, so I try to book in May. Um, so I always recommend that. Some people, they're a little bit more spontaneous. They probably do like a week of. The prices is going to be a little bit more expensive. It's going to be hard to find like that hotel or resort that you really want to stay in because they might be sold out. So that's why I'm like the further or earliest that you plan is better. Okay. So another one of the tips that I tell people or what I do is I will go to, and this is where I'm probably gonna screen share. So give me a second to screen share. Present. Let's see. Right here. All right. Let me make sure that it is sharing so you guys can see. Okay. So what I like to do is use a third party website or app. Move this out the way. Website or app to look and see what is my prices and what my budget is going to be. So the first thing I like to do is look at the flights because how you going to get there. So if this is an international flight, you want to put like your city or location. Sometimes different location or airports may be cheaper than another airport. Like typically international airports are a little bit more cheaper than like a smaller city or town airport. So that's something to think of. If you live like maybe an hour away, some people might say, hey, I'm gonna book it in this city because it's cheaper versus me flying out of this city. But you're going to be paying money in gas, and plus if you're going to keep your car in the parking lot and all that good stuff. Anyway, so you want to put where you're flying out of and where you're going to. So I'm going to use Cancun, Mexico, and then you want to have the dates. Okay. Why is it taking all day? Okay, so have the Cancun. You want to make sure this is correct. And then you're going to hit search. Or you can do it on Google, which I typically, if I'm doing a rough draft, I'm going to look up on Google. So this is the Google, how it looks. So you just type in just right here in the top from your area to your area, and you could just hit flights. And as you can see, it selected dates, and you can have around about what dates, or if you're just looking at time, and you can filter out and select which airlines that you want to use. And they even have it where how many carry-on bags, price times, and how many stops. That's always a good thing. So I'm going to do one stop or fewer. Okay, so as you can see, it tells you what airline, Frontier, Delta, what's the duration. It is nonstop, and how much is going to be, and it is a round trip. So I get an idea. So let's say I love flying from Delta. So as you can see, Delta is a little bit more than Frontier, but I can have an estimate of, oh, okay, so my round trip is going to be about $259. Again, make sure if you want to just get an idea, but also put in the dates that you're going to be flying out of, so that way you can get an accurate rate of how much it's going to be. Um, Google typically just going to throw out the cheapest whatever date and whatever time frame. So they randomly select this May 10th to Friday to Thursday. But when you click on the dates, it has a calendar that pops up, and then it shows you what cheapest days you can leave out of. So I could leave that Friday the 10th or the 11th, and it's still the same price. Or if I do Thursdays, a little bit more. And if I leave that Tuesday, it's $211. And then my return flight, let's say if I go, okay, that's a little pricey, 207. I want to come back that Wednesday because it's cheaper, it's 186. Ooh, so one, do that to that. And then you can hit done, and then it's going to show you, what you selected and how much and all that good stuff. Or you can go to, like I said, booking.com or pricesalon.com and do the same thing there. When you actually decide to book, let's say if I want to do Delta, I will go to Delta's official website, delta.com. I believe that's what it's called, Delta Air. And I will go in there and book the same flight, and you can see right here it's going to tell you the flight numbers and everything, so you want to make sure that that is all correct. You do not want to do from a third party, because what typically happens is if something happened with the flight, if it got canceled or delayed or whatever, and you contact the airline or you go to the airline customer service, the first thing I'm going to say, did you book this through a third party? Because if you did, you need to contact that third party. That's a huge no-no. Another plug is when I did my dad, I think I used the Google, and it had one set price, but when I went on the airline, the price dropped like by $15, just because I went to the actual airline. And I guess that's their way of so third parties would probably, not make money, or that you get advantage if you do use the actual airline website. And that's why I recommend use your actual airline website. Same thing with booking a hotel. I typically like looking at booking, or you can do the same thing. You can put in hotels. Let's just let Google be that girl. In Cancun. And so you can filter everything out if you want all inclusive. I like all inclusive, so I don't got to worry about coming out of pocket for each and every meal. It's automatically included. And I go through my list that they have there, and pick out maybe like five of the price range that I'm willing to pay. And then I look at the views. So I might go, oh, I like, the West End Resort. And then I look through the pictures to see how their room is set up, how the amenities is set up, and get a visual look and feel. They didn't put a lot up there, so now I'm gonna look through Hard Rock, and I'm like, oh, the rooms look nice, and then they got a hot tub in the room, so that's dope. And then we got Wyndham, and I got a 4.2 rating, and you can look at some of the amenities. Um, you could look at the next one. This is a popular hotel, Rue. And I never heard of this one, but they have the same 4.4 rating. And then, yeah, I kind of go through and see which one got like the higher ratings. I do like Hyatt. I stayed at the Hyatt in Jamaica, and they have the pools that was up at your, make sure it's still recording. They have the pool outside of your bedroom door. I think, what was it called, pool room or something like that. So I typically would go through the pictures to see if I see it, and I know I had seen it at one of these hotels. Was it Hard Rock? I think maybe the Wyndham had it. And sometimes you have to actually click on the whole link so you can see more videos. I mean, more videos. Some of them do have videos, but the photos. And like I said, I'm just doing a brief, rough draft, just looking to see if anything catches my eye. And I don't know which one it was, but I do like when was it Hilton Cancun? It might have been this one. I love the all-inclusive resorts that have the pool with the room, where it's outside of the room. So if you wanted something private, you don't have to leave and walk out and go into the pool where everybody else is. You can just do it right outside of your room. I don't know which one it was. Let's try and see, where was it? Let's see if the photos, if it shows it. Um, it was one of them I looked, and I knew I had seen it. And it might have, was it through Google or Book? It might have been through Booking. So let's do stay, and let's look at it through booking.com. I think it might have been booking.com. And that's the good thing, is because having both, you never know what other places might offer or show versus another website. Maybe Booking shows everything versus um Google. They might just have like the first five photos. I'm waiting for it to upload. Oh, I put Atlanta. Let me put Cancun. Um, yeah, here we go. All inclusive. So we're gonna hit search. Let's see what pops up. I don't know. Was it Wednesday? I don't know. I don't know. But this don't even look like. Let me go back up. Yeah, it says Cancun. And again, they have the airport shuttle, so you can filter out if you wanted free cancellation. Um, I typically would hit the all inclusive, so maybe that's probably why. Let's see. Yeah, because probably that airport shuttle and free cancellation. So let's look at, see what pops up when I just select all inclusive. And another thing too, the dates are different. So maybe that's why you only have a few selection. You don't see everything. It might have been the Hilton. Anyways, 'cause I don't want to. Drag that all the way out. And then now this one is not even showing. Let me refresh or go back. Okay. So yeah, I would typically go to Booking or third party like Google, Priceline, one of those, or Travelocity, I think is even one, and just look at the hotel's amenities, the pictures, and definitely look at the reviews and making sure because I don't even this says just good views, excellent views. So yeah, it had to been Google because they actually had a number on theirs. And if you have children, they look like they have a little play area in the pool for the kids. So that's something to look at. Or if you don't want a resort with kids, you could do adult all inclusive. But let me go back to uh, Google. Let's try Google Travels. Because I like how they had the rating by numbers. Okay, so it popped up. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to reviews, or I will go through, like okay, Rue got 4.4, the Westin got 4.2, Hard Rock Hotel got 4.7, and then I'm like, okay, well, this one, Paradise Sus, I don't even know. That one got 4.5. So I'm like, okay, this is what the numbers that we're working with, 4.5, 4.6 and up. And then pick out of the pricing and the amenities that I like. So I pick my like top three, and then I will go further, look at the reviews and see what the most recent things people is talking about. Um, And I'll read maybe about 10 of them from each just to make sure I make my final decision. And then I get about two of the best ones that I like. And then I will go to YouTube. Look like it. Okay. I will go to YouTube to actually look at a video description of what other people are saying about those two resorts or hotels and then make my decision from there. Because if you got the top two, pretty much if one is not available, then you have your other one. So it's not really a big deal. So we got the hotels and the flights and all that. Once I get that resort, I go to the actual website for that resort to book. Again, I do not use Google to book it through, and I do not use Booking or Priceline or any of the third party. I go to the actual resort website. All right, let me click out of screen share because it looks like it's lagging my video, and I'm going to be upset if this one is not recording properly. So let's go, let's bring it back. All right, so let me look back on my notes and see what else. So far we talk about booking and reservation, hotel and flights. Again, I would recommend booking a few weeks in advance and go to the airline or the actual hotel and resort website. Do not book it from the third party. If you want to, go ahead, but I do not recommend that. We talk about reviews. Things to consider and factors are like cleanliness, amenities, and customer service. And as far as excursion and activities, again, if you're traveling internationally, I recommend waiting to the day of when you arrive to book your excursions. I do not recommend like booking in far in advance. If you want to, I rather just go once I arrive and then I start to plan out my dinner reservations, and my excursions. And that's how you have your itinerary for the rest of the trip or your stay. Yep, dinner reservations. And then as far as transportation, I recommend that if it's domestic flying and destinations, typically hotels shuttle from the airport for free, so you don't have to pay for anything. And then if some don't, then you will have to have Uber and Lyft and all of that, or wait for a cab outside. But I don't recommend waiting if you're flying internationally, waiting until you get to the airport to find out how you're going to get to the hotel. I recommend booking the shuttle and everything. Typically on the airport website, you go to the airport website that of your destination and look at transportation, and then have like a list of shuttle bus and cab service and all of that there, and then you can make that selection and book that as soon as possible. Okay, so let's see what's the next thing. As far as group trips, I recommend that you have an itinerary of what's going down and whatever's planned via email or on a website. I typically have mine on my website, so that way whoever's coming along, we can chat to each other. They see everything they need to know about that trip. It's on the website. Let's see. So packing. I have a to-go-to bag that I just pull out and have all my toiletries and everything. If I need to update anything, I will. I normally write a list out of whether if it's in my phone or me writing it out, and I normally do toiletry first. And then write it out like deodorant, this, that, spray. And then the next thing is underwears or undergarments, and then pajamas and all that fun stuff that, and your socks, and you don't want to forget that, and like socks. And then outfits, and then bathing suits, and then shoes. So I kind of do it like that kind of way. I've been doing it for so long. It makes it so much easier for me to already have kind of like a pre-made pack bag with all my toiletries, so I don't have to do too much when it comes to that. Just maybe like updating, and then makeup and all that extra good stuff. If you digital creator, then you might want your tripod or your lights or whatever, and you add that on the list. I do recommend, as far as planning the outfits, is trying on your outfits. Don't wait till you get to your destination and be like, oh, I'm wearing this brand new outfit. I recommend trying on your outfit and having your outfit pre-planned. And so that way, okay, this is what I got, a list of outfits that I'm gonna wear, not pulling out something. That happened to me several times. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna wear this brand new, pulling tags off, and then I'm like, I don't even like this, or it don't fit right, or it don't even fit. And then I'm like, dang, I bought this with me and it don't even fit. So that's just heads up. As far as passports, I do recommend going to the US. I don't even know what it is. You could just type that in Google, US passport, and put in your passport. It could take up to about, I think, 4 to 6 weeks. And then you can expedite it, but don't expect that expedition to work. That happened to a family member of mine. They were not able to leave the country. They expedited, and it still took a long time. And that was way before COVID. So expedition, it doesn't work all the time. Okay, so the next thing is money. The conversion rate, you can convert your money at the airport, any international airport. You can do it before your flight take off. I recommend having some type of money or cash on you, because just just handy, just in case. But if I'm going all inclusive, I wouldn't either need to pay anything out, but you would need to pay for your excursions, stuff like that, like paying for excursions. I like to have on a credit card. And I believe if you do either a credit card or a debit card, it's a hundred. It's $1 per each transaction. So that's something to keep in mind. I talked about the cruise trips, passport and security. On my notes, I have check the expiration date on your passport well in advance of your trip. Make sure it's not expiring anytime soon while you're trying to plan a trip, because that could definitely be a hassle. You want to dress comfortably, comfortably. You want to dress comfortable as possible, especially for long flights. And then let's see. Oh, I think one more last thing. When you're packing, put as much stuff, not really put as much stuff, but put, and as far as the luggage, I think this need to be a separate video, but I'm gonna just throw it in here anyway. For me, I have my big, huge travel suitcase, and I know that's going under. So it's like most of my things are in there. Do not put anything important like electronics, jewelry that's important to you, your passports, your car keys. That happened to somebody before as well. You don't want anything that's extremely important that you need going underneath as a check-in luggage. I typically bring like my bigger, larger items and put that underneath. I have with me is my carry-on. In your carry-on, you want to have like a few extra outfits, maybe. I try to have like a swimwear. Sometimes I don't. I did have a situation where I flew out international and my luggage, I never got my luggage the whole duration of the trip. So I had to buy swimwear, and extra clothing. So I did have like a nightgown and then an extra pair of clothing and slippers or something like that, shoes in my carry-on bag. So luckily I did have something. So on my carry-on, I normally have like a extra pair, like toothbrush and deodorant and maybe spray, or maybe like my makeup bag. And obviously, if you a digital creator or somebody who films, you want to have your electronics with you. Um, just put in any extra things in there just in case your big luggage do not make it on time. Hopefully they get that whole situated and worked out, because that is not cool not having your luggage during your whole duration for your flight. I mean for your stay and vacation. Um Another tip is somebody had I seen I think on TikTok where they said text your flight number to yourself, so that way you can stay up to date on where your flight is going, where it's at, when it's pulling up. There is flight tracker apps that you can download. To me, that's a little bit too much. I'd rather just download my airline app, and that usually keeps me up to date. Other than that, I don't need to further investigate everything unless you're somebody that travels a lot and you want to get into all the information. That's not recommended. I think that's it. I try to put everything all in here. If I miss anything, don't worry. I don't mind doing a part two. I feel like I try to put a lot, and I don't want to overwhelm because it is for beginners. But yeah, if it's any questions or anything that I might have missed, put it in the comment box, so I can answer it or make a part two to this video. And I hope you guys have great and fun travels. Let this year be the year of traveling. That's what I'm trying to manifest. But yeah, happy travels. And if you like what you see, comment and like and subscribe to be a part of the family. Until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching my video, and love you till next time.